Welcome to A Word with the Girls. I'm Abby and I'm joined with my sisters Molly and Emily. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram at A Word with the Girls. And if you have not yet subscribed to our podcast on Spotify, go and click that follow button so you don't miss an episode. We would love to hear from you. If you have a question or even a word you would like for us to discuss, make sure to comment on Spotify or on our Instagram, and your word may be featured in our future episodes. Before we dive in for our word for today, let's catch up. I'm curious, what is your most used emoji currently? Or you could do top 3 if you can't, hone it.
I think I have 2. It's the heart hands. I love that they've added this heart hands one. See, I use the heart hands and the double heart as if
So
somebody
much
says something
love.
nice or whatever, it's just lots of love. It's almost like me trying to be I want to give you a hug. That's what those things communicate.
Cute. You're so nice.
Wow, that is.
What's yours? Molly's is this.
The hands and an X.
Oh man. No, honestly, the one that I've used the most lately is the face with the swirly eyes, the crazy one. I'm like, what?
What is that what is that communicating? What's
It
the emotion?
communicates I'm losing it
Okay.
in education. I'm losing it in my job, in my life. I just can't. It's so much.
Mine is the half melted. That
Oh,
and then
okay.
this one. It's like this.
Oh, funny.
What does that
The
one
half
mean?
melted because I'm literally drowning in just being tired. And then this one because we took a class C RV this weekend and I was texting our friends just like this, oh my gosh, I hope we'll be okay.
So funny.
Oh,
The one I
man.
really love, and I even use it on our Instagram as an answer, is the one with the squiggly mouth being "Rrr," I don't know, with the squiggly mouth just kind of being I don't know how to explain the
Doesn't that
emotion, but
mean drunk?
I use that one when I'm I don't know the answer.
questionable, wah wah. That's kind of how I perceive that one.
The other one I use a lot is the one with the teeth.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But I do love emojis. I also use the one when the girl and her hands are like this,
all
I
the
don't
time.
know.
Yes.
The other one I have is the X's like this. Oh.
Or the one with the girl with the face palm. I use that one a lot too.
All right, from now on we're only communicating via emojis, and you'll have to decipher what we're talking about.
So funny.
Speaking of the RV trip, how was that, Abby? I never got an update on how that went. Did you enjoy it? Are you wishing you purchased that instead?
Yeah, we had such a fun time. Definitely a steep learning curve. So for those of you who don't know what happened, we've been waiting for our new camper to arrive. Well, it didn't arrive yet. And so our friends at Humphrey RV hooked us up with a Class C RV, which is the kind that you drive. It's like a van with all the stuff attached to it. And so they hooked us up with that and it was awesome. It had 2 slide outs, had a dinette, a bed over the cab, a queen in the back. And it was awesome. I mean, Alex and I just laughed a lot because here he is just driving down the road in this huge thing. And but it was really fun. Just some quirky things the water pump was being weird and we didn't know how to turn the sound off. And then there was a motion light at night and we were trying to roast marshmallows and it kept coming on every time we would move. So just quirky, funny things that we were I don't know how to fix this. But it got us out there. We stayed in Telluride at the Telluride campground, which was the best campground ever. Yeah, so it was super fun. I think I liked it all together, but I think Alex is still for the pull behind because it is tricky. Thankfully in Telluride, that park is right in Telluride. So we parked and set up and we just walked into town every day. We walked around, went and got
Amazing.
dinner, we went and got coffee, walked back, and the kids rode their bikes everywhere. So thankfully in Telluride it worked fine, but anywhere else, I mean, I don't know what we would have done.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like
You
pick
just
up,
want to make sure
drive.
that you're right there.
Yeah, or we just don't
Yeah.
go anywhere. Like we just hang
Mhm.
tight. So thankfully with this trip it worked out great.
Did
So
Annie
Yeah,
sleep
you're
okay?
the first night was really cold. So we had to turn the heat on. She was up like every hour. I don't know if it was because she was cold. It also, Alex couldn't figure out the leveling. So it was kind of like this.
Oh gosh.
And so I think she just kept rolling in her crib.
Baby. Oh my god.
Like she was
Roly poly
fine,
Annie.
But like not,
but probably not like, I mean,
that would be weird if you're just like leaning.
so the first night, no, was absolutely brutal. I was up with her, yeah, probably 5 times that night. And then the next night, she slept a whole lot better. We leveled it out. And then she got up at like 1 and we brought her into bed with us. Yeah.
That's so fun. You're real with all the pictures. It's so picturesque there. Like I love Telluride too.
Oh.
And it just makes me wish I could have all the money in the world to live there because it's just gorgeous.
know.
So beautiful.
Well, and this campsite fills up so fast. I don't know how we got that spot, but they open up chunks of time on certain dates. So they had just
Mhm.
opened up like mid-June to late June, or maybe all of June on May 13th, and it filled up in like 3 minutes.
Whoa. And you got a
Yeah.
spot. Crazy.
No, that we got our spot before. But my friend Cameron, she tried to get in and she had to keep refreshing because she couldn't check out because so many people were going and she didn't get her spot. So it just fills up so fast because it's wonderful. It's so family friendly. Kids are just riding their bikes and there's a beautiful bathhouse that has heated floors and showers and
Fancy.
it's like, and in the summertime they have a beautiful pool. So you can go swim at the pool. There's baseball fields and like it's
Wow.
amazing, but super hard to get into.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Yeah. Perfect birthday. And then I got
Mhm.
to see my friend Cameron. We had planned to kind of camp there one night together, but how things panned out, we didn't end up going that night. Oh yeah, and then I got food poisoning that night. That was fun.
Right.
I got food poisoning the night before we were supposed to leave. So I got food poisoning on my actual birthday, which was not fun at all. So then we didn't know if we were going to go camping at all, but it all worked out and we ended up having lunch at Brown Dog with my friend and her family, and we walked around a little bit. So that was lovely.
So fun.
It was wonderful.
Well, I had my last day of subbing this past week and I subbed at this like private Christian school for 3rd grade, and normally I'm doing high school. So elementary, it just like requires so much like physically, mentally, and emotionally. Like these kids are out at recess and this one little girl was like losing at Foursquare and was just like in tears and yelling at everybody because they kept telling her like, you're out. And she's like, quit telling me I'm out. You know, I'm emotional and I can't handle this. And so she'd come over to me crying and I'm like, I don't know what to do, honey. Like, this is what happens when you play sports. And so I was like, I am just not ready for this level of need. But because it was a Christian school,
Who is?
oh yeah, we did like devotionals, which was like super fun. And then we watched Veggie Tales, and it was the episode with it was about David and Goliath, but then they always have Larry's silly songs with Larry, and it was the lip song, and I was like dying laughing. It is so funny. And so then I came home and I had to show Kevin because he's like, I can't believe you remember this. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Those are so silly.
I love Veggie Tales.
The
It's
hairbrush
so good. It was fun. So now I'm on summer break. Molly, you're
Nice.
almost on summer break.
So close.
So
I did.
close.
Yeah, I finished all my meetings, got my paperwork all done. So just a few more days of random stuff, but
Yay.
But the other thing that I've started is school. I've gone back to school. I don't think I told you.
Molly, the student.
Yeah. So I am getting my special education director license. So I'm going for an admin license.
So is this like a degree or it's like a certification? It's different than like a degree, right?
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, not a full on degree. It's 21 credits.
Yeah.
So it should be about a year.
Wow.
So I'm in 2 classes this summer, and then it'll be 2 classes in the fall, 2 classes in the spring, plus like practicum hours. I mean, I feel a little crazy. Like, what am I doing going back to school? But it also feels like the next right thing to do because I want
Mhm.
to pursue a leadership position. So
Well, and is there really ever a right time to go back to school? You're always
yeah.
going to be busy and
Mhm.
tired from, pouring yourself into your work and
For sure.
Don't you like learning anyways, though? Like, I feel like you are like, you enjoy learning.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think it is, kind of one of those things that comes more naturally, maybe. I mean, I was so thrilled to get to buy more school supplies. And like I went through the I went through the syllabus and like wrote out all of the assignments on each page. So like each week I know exactly what's due and I like made little check boxes for it like
amazing. How many
and
notebooks
You're
did you
so
buy?
organized.
just two.
Oh,
But as I was doing it, I was like, gosh, I'm such a nerd.
so great
But this is
No,
like
you're just organized.
what I do. This is what I do.
though. It truly brings you joy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So right now I'm taking a school finance class and I have hardly any idea what any of it means
Oh my.
at all. And of course, the
Fine.
professor is like an accountant. So then he like says all this stuff that,
Well, you've
and
luckily you have mom
well, that's
as
true. I think it might be helpful for me to be like, what does this even mean? Because it's talking about, like how education is funded and like property taxes and then all of the different formulas. And again, I'm like, what?
you never took like an accounting class though, because I mean, I did because I was a business
I
major.
did
Abby,
too.
did you?
Mm-hmm.
So, but you probably need to know that for budgeting, like if
Oh,
you are
yeah.
at like a high level.
It's really
Well, and if you
important.
think about it, here in Grand Junction, our property taxes went up to, and like money is going dispersed to D51.
It does impact funding for the schools. Yes.
Huh. Wow. So a finance class, and then what else are you taking?
Finance and then a vision and hearing impairment class.
Oh,
Like how to
Cool.
serve those kids, which I'm really excited about
Super
because I don't know a
cool.
lot about that. And
Mhm.
Oh, that'll be really
Did you hear
cool.
about there was a engineering class at some university that required their students to navigate the school in a wheelchair to better understand accessibility and ADA.
that's
I'm
great.
like, what better
Whoa.
way to learn than to, because that's like, I mean, when I was using a wheelchair for a short period of time after my injury, like you really do see how inaccessible things are. And like,
Oh,
actually,
for sure.
you know, like the width of doors and turning. I mean, how many times we like got
Mhm.
corners and things like that when trying to turn.
Wow.
So I was like, that is so cool. Because when I had my own business, I had a client who was blind, but she was able to see most of her life. And then when she turned like 84, she lost her vision. And so the way that they even adapted her room to like having certain button, like things that you could feel to know this is the play button, or she would walk along her wall and wherever there was a knot on this rope on the wall, she knew there was a corner to avoid. And so I think that's going to be so fascinating to know like how do we adapt school for those kinds of kids. So
So
that is so
interesting.
cool.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
that'll be
See, I
good.
think this is when it's fun when you're like higher education, you're getting to do really specific things that like you really enjoy rather than it being like general ed, like the boring stuff. Like you're
Mhm.
now getting to like really dig deep into like really cool things. So that's so
Yes.
fun. Cool. Do we have any updates on Find Molly a Match starting in May?
Not really. I think now that school is done, now that my job is on summer break, maybe
Mhm.
there will be more room to actually do something. I have been trying to, because my algorithm on Instagram is, well, it already knows that I'm single, but like
That'll be
there's like
fun.
random single men popping up on there. So if they seem kind and semi, legit, I'll just like send them the real via messenger, like, in the DMs. None of them have like opened it, but I'm, sending it.
Yeah. I will say one particular person, the first one that we were like, oh, he's perfect. I tried to look him up. There were at least 10 accounts with that same dude. So be careful of some catfishy people who
That's
create
funny.
like multiple accounts. So that's when I get like a little like sketchy, because I'm like,
For sure.
why would you have this many? So it's probably catfishy when. So, anyways, do a little bit of research on like typing in the name, because yeah, one of them who was quite handsome had quite a few accounts. So I was like,
Yeah.
but
That's where it's probably better to just field suggestions from people that we know.
people.
Yeah. That have a actual human right here.
Right, that we know it is who it is. Are dating apps still an option for you?
Sort of, like, I have some of them and I'm like kind of on them, but yeah. So just kind of waiting to see what happens there.
Yeah. A friend of mine two friends of mine met their husbands on Bagel and Coffee or something. And
Oh yeah, coffee.
have you ever used that one?
A while ago. I haven't used that one in a while. I'm on Bumble and Hinge.
Cool. Well, the journey to find you a concert date / husband continues.
Yeah. I did share with some ladies at work today about the podcast, and so we might get some new listeners from that. But they were really funny. What were they talking about? I guess the mayor of Ridgeway is single.
Cool. Let's look him up.
And so they
Very
were talking
powerful
about,
man, Molly.
I know.
Woohoo.
They were talking about him, and they were talking about Farmer Wants a Wife.
Yes.
And how I should get on that. It was
Yep.
just like it was so funny.
The Colorado guy, him and the girl didn't work out.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
Oh, that's okay.
I didn't watch the rest of that season.
Love it. Yeah. Keep throwing suggestions out there, like you never know. But we'll keep you posted. Time for our word.
The word is
Oh God, how do we transition from this
to that?
Oh no.
Do we want to do a different
I
one?
mean, I guess we could try. See what Emily thinks.
The word this evening is belonging.
What?
Belong.
I thought you said elongate.
What? Yeah, it feels a little
Belonging?
yeah.
I don't like it.
I know.
We need something that's like fun to talk about. Well, what do we do on A Word with the Girls when the word is boring?
Not boring, but just like we're not in a good headspace to talk about something deeper.
After much deliberation, we decided, hey, this is our podcast and we can do what we want. So here is take 2. All right, it's time to choose a number. Molly, what number do you choose?
Let's go with 95.
95. What is it, Abby?
Summertime.
Ooh,
Appropriate.
I got that summertime sadness.
Summertime when the easy living's easy.
Close.
Summertime. Well, that seems fitting as we are entering summertime. I have a lot of things that come to mind when I think of the summer.
Ooh, okay.
First, NYSP.
Oh, wow.
So good.
Yeah.
Which was this epic sports camp literally all summer that we did. And I'm pretty sure it was free. I don't think it cost anything. Maybe it did. I don't really know.
No,
But
it was like federally funded. Look at
yeah,
me in my
it was
school finance talk.
Way to go. I've already learned so
it
much.
was so awesome. I mean, granted, I like loved playing sports anyways, but like every day we would go to some school, and then from there you just would go and play sports. And I think all of like the NAU students or their athletes or something would run all the different events and programs like tennis and soccer and track and like all the things all summer long. It was amazing. And then Molly, you said you worked at it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we need to obviously shout out Coach Elliott because she
For sure.
ran the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was called the National Youth Sports Program. It was free and open to any kids, like what, like third through 12th grade, I think. Like it was all the way up to high school.
But what was
Um,
fun was we were like with other schools. So the people that we normally wouldn't see,
mhm.
all the students from all the schools were together. So that was fun. It was amazing.
So yeah, we participated in it. I feel like I was in high school when we were participants. Like I
Hmm.
think it was later because I remember
Yeah.
participating with like my classmates who were my friends in high school and we were
Hmm.
so that was funny. Yeah, and then I worked for them. So I was like one of the not teachers, but like leaders for one of the age groups, which
Hmm.
was really fun too. So such a cool program. It's a shame it didn't last longer.
Oh,
I know. Because it
Yeah.
really like it kept us busy. Because I'm pretty sure at that point mom was working for as an accountant. So
Right.
it's not like we could have been hanging around at home. So it kept us out of trouble, kept us busy,
Right.
kept us active.
mm-hmm.
Well, and like basically like free childcare, but really awesome childcare because we were outside and we got to use the NAU campus. So we were at like the natatorium and
Mhm.
just all over. So
It was
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
So fun. So yeah, NYSP comes to mind. What else comes to mind?
Vacation Bible School,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
both
Yep.
going to and working at, you know.
Yep. Which I am working my church's VBS this summer. And they're like, where would you like to serve? And I was like, I don't really know. And they're like, good. We're going to put you as a leader of the second graders. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, great.
Oh,
So hopefully that
dang.
goes well.
It's okay. Just
But
envision Millie the whole
Yeah,
time.
second graders
that's
are
true.
sweet. They can
Yeah.
be a lot, but
I feel like
Yeah.
it's a
they're
good.
pretty cute because they don't need as much hand holding, but they're not
They're not like
super
know-it-alls.
attitudey yet.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Fun.
so that'll be fun. But yeah, VBS. So good. AYSO, like playing soccer and getting to choose your team name and the fun jerseys, playing soccer. What else? Abby, what about you? What comes to mind?
Honestly, like those popsicles that were the rockets that were like red, white, and blue sleepovers out on the trampoline at night.
Nice.
Yes, that was so fun. Did
So
we
good.
ever really stay the whole time or did we end up
No,
going inside because it was
we
too
ended
cold?
up going inside. And maybe there was,
Yeah.
I can remember one time,
Mm-hmm.
but I just remember how fun it was to like gather up all this stuff and throw it out on the trampoline and then go out
Hmm.
there. And, but then as it got
Hmm.
dark, I think we were like, I'm scared. Let's go
Spooky.
outside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can remember kicking the soccer ball up and down our street, like till it got dark. You and me. Remember how
Hmm.
we would just like, yeah, kick it up and down.
Hmm. Before soccer got like became our life, I loved, well, there were two things that we would do sometimes in the summer: go visit Tita and Papa in Texas, or go camping up in Colorado and go hike like 14ers and like
Hmm.
do all the camping up in Colorado. So that was always really fun. Like I felt like mom and dad were good at being intentional with like doing some sort of a family vacation. We didn't do anything like fancy or crazy. It was usually just like camping in Colorado or Papa and Tita's in Texas.
Yeah, I think summertime definitely is camping. Like the smells. I can like
Hmm.
still remember the smell
Mm-hmm.
of the pop-up and
Yep.
citronella and bug spray.
Playing Racco.
Racco, so good. And then all having to sleep next to each other on the pot on the one side. I was always in the middle. What about you?
I mean, there really wasn't anything quite like University Heights in the summer, you know? Like I think
Mm.
about like the sprinklers, like I can hear
Mm.
them, you know?
Mm.
That's just what I think of in summertime is like
In
the
our backyard
sprinklers.
or front yard?
No, like in the neighborhood, like they would
Oh.
all, yep, like in that 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock time where it's like still light out, but everybody's going for a walk and it's not really that hot anymore. And you can like smell barbecue.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just a good time.
So good. I also, Kevin and I just went and saw a movie and they were advertising for like summer movie series for kids. And that's a thing that made me think of, I know we mentioned that in a previous podcast on movies, but like, yeah, going to the movies throughout the summer for like $1 or something. I can't remember, and all the good classics. So it does like make me, when I think about, oh, if I'm going to get another job at some point, what would I want to do? And having a school schedule is quite ideal because you actually get a summer break. No other job allows you that freedom. And so you forget how much we took that for granted, having 2 months off in the summer. So unfortunately, I guess for you, Mal, like you're in school, but are you doing any summery things?
I'm hoping to do a lot of running.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get some good runs in. And I am in classes, but it's only like one block a week. Like it's just like one little chunk.
That's true.
A week. So I'm just looking forward to not really having a ton of plans. So like hopefully hanging out with friends and making some new friends and I don't know.
Going on dates maybe.
Yes. So yeah. But no, I am hoping to get some running in, especially if we're gonna try and go for.
Isn't that like June 1st is when it opens? Are you gonna do it, Molly?
Are you not?
Oh, Abby, you can do it. They're talking about signing up for the Imogene Pass run, which is crazy. Abby's done it like what, 4 times now?
Yes. I want to, and also it's a very big.
And the countdown is just like in my face. I'm like, I just don't know if I can do it.
Is June to September. How many months is that? Is that like enough?
The countdown is like
time?
3 months.
3 months.
Molly, do you feel like physically ready for that? I mean, I guess you can walk it, but it does have a cutoff, doesn't it? Time-wise?
Yeah. It's so hard because I'm in decent shape in that I like exercise at least 3 days a week. So
it's not like a couch to 5K vibe.
No.
Right.
Yeah. However, like my current mileage is not great because I'm not running more than a 5K, mostly because I don't have time. So
because it's like an incline of what, 5,000 feet elevation.
Yeah.
How much mileage is that up?
10. So it's 10 miles up, 7 down. You start at 8 and go up to 13.
10 miles
it's
uphill.
Absolute killer.
And how much does this cost?
125.
Okay.
That's the other crazy thing is that you're like paying a decent chunk
torture.
of money to torture yourself.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm like, it's gonna be hard either way, but like I want to feel good, and I just don't know if I have time to like feel good. And good in my mind is like I feel prepared, I feel strong, and I feel like I'm gonna have like a good time. I'm not gonna be like this. What am I thinking? I mean, I do think that when I'm in the race, but I just like want to know that I've done all that I can, put it all out there. Game day's here, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can get there in 3 months.
What if you created your own version?
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, either I go for that or find a different race.
I just like mad kudos to both of y'all for even like considering it. For me, I'm like, no, especially in my condition now, but like that just does not sound like fun to me at all.
I do also really want to hike a 14er this summer. Like I want to make that a goal too.
That's a fun goal. What's the closest one? They're all like down.
What's the one?
We did the one outside of Breckenridge, Quandary.
Okay. Anyways, I really want to do a 14er and do some camping in my new tent.
Oh, you got a new tent. That's fun.
What other goals do I have? Well, Mom gave me sourdough starter.
Yeah,
that's been in the fridge for 2 weeks.
Did it overflow?
No. But I think it's like discard now for sure. Like I think I can scrape off the top and
discard some of it. The way that Jackie is doing it is so weird and twisted. She is doing it all wrong. It's painful to watch. Yes. There's this podcast and these girls who don't really know how to cook. She's trying to do sourdough and she keeps like, for whatever reason, their recipes having her change it from one jar to another. And I've never done that. All you do is just pour out some of it in your jar and then just add the flour to that current jar. Why she's exchanging it makes no sense. But sourdough is super fun. I think you'll love it.
Yeah. So
And it's not that hard. And the discard recipes are like legit. Like we had some really good pancakes. The crackers are incredible. So I enjoyed the discard recipes.
I don't know
Yeah.
if we started talking about goals for the summer or what, but that's what I started
Here's the
talking
goal.
about.
Great. I love it. This stupid injury of mine is just making it really difficult to be like, what am I going to do? But I did get cleared today to at least do some water aerobics, sort of. So I can walk in the pool. So I can like walk and move my arms. So I'm looking forward to doing like some more cardio. And our pool in our neighborhood opens this weekend. So I'll have full access to a pool. So that'll be nice.
That's great.
My goal is to be more active this summer.
In the ways that you are able.
Right. Which is walking. Sort of. It's fine. It's just like a very humbling. I'm just in a very humbling year right now, which is fine.
Well, for summertime, we always get a pool membership to a lovely golf course here in town. It's like our splurge and attempt to be bougie. But it's lovely. So we do that. I have the kids starting tennis lessons next week.
That's
Fun.
So they'll do tennis it's only for maybe 3 weeks, Monday, Wednesday. So that'll be fun. And then I signed them up for 2 VBS, one at our church and one at another church in town. So that'll be fun. They love.
Are they different themes?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're doing Breaker Island or something.
Oh, I can't remember. One of them is like adventure. So it's like a compass and a map and camping. And so that one will be really fun. I think those are the main things. And then we will continue to work through curriculums.
Oh, you're not taking a break from homeschooling?
No, because this year was just harder. Easier in some ways because Mesa Valley added a lot of value and the kids learned a lot and it was really good. But actual homeschool was harder. Flo was hard, having Annie. Yeah. So put me quite behind. So we're just going to continue to grind through curriculum. But it's okay.
That's great.
It'll keep it all fresh. And so we'll continue to do some school and then camping. We have Ridgeway one weekend, our favorite Caton campground one weekend. We're going to the sand dunes, the national park. That'll be fun. We have a few weekends that we don't have a destination yet, but they're open. So just lots of camping.
Will you guys go up to Arrowhead on those weekends?
Maybe. Alex doesn't love camping at Arrowhead. Maybe we'll go see mom and dad, but.
Oh, I was going to ask, do you feel like now that you've purchased a camper, even though you all camp anyways, do you feel more obligated to spend your time camping to make the most of this big purchase that you've made? Or is this what you would have done anyways?
It's what we would have done anyways. Yeah. Yeah, it's too expensive to fly a family anywhere. You have to pay for all the flights and then pay for when you're there, housing. And so I think right now, even in the season we're in, we wouldn't go on luxurious vacations anyway. Yeah. But camping is what we love. I mean, it truly is a reset. I was feeling very depleted and spread thin and tired. And we got to Telluride. And even though I didn't sleep well, it was just something about spending all day outside. It just is really, really life-giving.
That's great. I mean, it's like a wise investment, because if that's how you're going to spend your time and it makes it comfortable and all that. Cause like when we lived in Florida and we bought a boat, there was this sense of guilt if we didn't use the boat on a weekend, because you're like, like we spent all this money on this thing, but like I want to do something else. But I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, no, I think we would do that anyway. It just feels like this is maybe going to make it, hopefully, more comfortable. Maybe not this year. This year, I mean, even just this camping trip, it's hard. It's hard with Annie. She is busy. She puts everything in her mouth. She's toddling around. She won't sit still. And so it's just like, it's not restful at all, but it just is what it is. She'd be like that if we were at home. So she's just like that in the
That's
new
true.
environment.
You're like, let's
So,
go in a place that like makes me happy and is
yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
that's
And the
great.
kids love it. They literally spend all day outside.
That's so
And
good.
it's-
I mean, that's what we did, and that's what I
know.
loved
I
doing.
know.
Mm-hmm.
The
And that
best.
we were by the Bear Creek River in Telluride, and we skipped rocks all day. They made dams. They had sticks that they would throw in, and we would try and throw rocks at the sticks. Like it was just like, I mean, my kids can literally make anything a game, or oh, it's just the best. So yeah, and Alex feels the same. He loves camping and getting away, and it just is this good reset. Mhm.
Yeah, almost like tech. Well, and I think sometimes even camping requires you to be tech free because you might not have
Mhm.
service or whatever. And
Mhm.
so that's kind of a nice thing too. I need to do that more.
Yeah.
Be tech free.
Yeah, I definitely took pictures and stuff, and was usually I'm not on social media while we're camping, but I posted a couple things just because my kids are so cute. I can't help it. I'm like,
I
oh,
know.
cute. I have to share. How about food? Mom's pasta
Well, I was
salad.
just thinking the same thing.
Whoa.
Literally the same thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mom's chicken pasta
we gotta
salad.
make that. Yummy.
So good.
With the grapes
Mhm.
and the almonds.
So
Just not the mandarin oranges. I just have never
know. They
liked
were
that.
always the icky.
I think I just like we love grilling. We do a lot of grilling in the
Mm.
summer, and we do London broil. It's the best. We do that a lot too.
I'm a
But
little
anytime
scarred by London broil right now. That's what we had the other night.
Yeah.
but yeah, London broil. But anytime I think of like burgers, the best combination is burgers, watermelon, baked beans, Lay's potato chips.
Ooh.
That
Yes.
is
And
like
then you
the
scoop
perfect.
up
The
the
beans,
The
beans
beans
with the
with the chips.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yum, yum.
I have had two really delicious watermelons, and I feel really proud of myself. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing. I like go pick up a watermelon and knock on it, and I'm like, I think this is good. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's how you know if it's like ripe
Do
or
you
not.
commit to the really big ones,
I
or do you
mean,
do like the cute tiny guys?
no, I do like I don't know how big they are,
Wow.
5-7 pounds or something.
Oh man.
Um,
Okay.
but then I can't eat it fast enough, and then Kevin forgets to eat it. So then by the time now it's like not as good. But
Millie.
they've both been like really red and really sweet. And that makes me happy because when I cut one open and it's like mostly white or not sweet, then I'm like, ugh. But I love watermelon.
Are
So
they
good.
seedless?
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
What other kind of food makes you think of summertime?
Yeah, we do this thing with the kids in the summertime called a popsicle walk. So like after dinner, we've done it the last week where after dinner it's maybe like 6:15. It's like the perfect temperature outside, just kind of what you were saying about University Heights. And we say, okay, let's go on a popsicle walk. So I clean up the kitchen and they get a popsicle from the freezer and we go on a walk around the neighborhood and they get to eat a popsicle and they just think
Ew.
it's like the best thing in the world. It's fun.
That's so fun.
Does Annie get one too?
Not yet.
Does she notice?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know. I'm like, how do I do? But I don't. She's gonna like bite off the whole thing, and so it's like I don't know how to do it. Well, I'm good like a spoon in ice cream that works better with her, but like a full on popsicle because then she's gonna like grab it, and then it just
What about one
feels
of those ones that's like the
complicated.
meshy thing you put things in and then
Oh,
she like,
yeah, that's a
I
good
don't know.
idea. I should do that.
Last year during the summer, Kevin and I would go to the pool, like, because it closes at like 9 or like dusk or whatever. So we would go when nobody else was there. And it was fun because as the sun was setting,
Oh,
we'd have the pool to ourselves and so, and like we can walk to it. It's pretty close to like our house. And so I'm hoping that we'll get to do that again. And like we have like
whoa.
these like funny
So
floaty
nice.
toys and we just go. And so that's kind of like a fun thing to do because most kids at that time are probably in
Mhm.
bed and
Mhm.
whatever. So hopefully
That's so
we'll get
nice.
some full time, and it's not free, but it feels like it's free because
Oh, you pay
we
for
just
it
have
through
full
your
access.
HOA?
Mm.
I was gonna ask what's like your go-to summertime drink? It can be alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
Summertime drink. I am currently obsessed with Ollipops. They're like a
Haven't had one of those yet.
prebiotic soda.
Is that the one at
Oh, they're
Target?
probiotic? I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that.
I think
Yeah.
I've had those. They're expensive though. They're like $3 a can.
They're like
Mhm.
$2.30 at Walmart.
They're pretty impressive though. I had a root beer and was like, whoa, this tastes like a
Oh,
root
I don't
beer.
like root beer.
Like, is it like
Ugh.
kombucha?
Kind of, yeah. Like it's
Okay.
yeah. But it like is like a treat for me. Like
Yeah.
if I want something. So, but they sell them at Sam's, so I'm gonna see how much they are, like price per
Oh.
thing
I guess
there.
I did
But
see it's like the cola flavor, right?
yeah, they've got cola, they've got Dr. Pepper, and there's like one called Poppy, and then there's one called Olipop. But I just really love them, and they're like 50 calories, but then they also have not much sugar. Some of them are plant based, so I don't know. I just like
Hmm.
really enjoy them. But in the summer, I think of mom always comes up with some fun mixtures like pea pickers, which is like vodka, lime juice, and simple syrup, maybe,
Yum.
Mhm.
and Sprite. It's like a really refreshing beverage,
Yummy. That
but you can
sounds
go non-alcoholic, and then it's essentially like a
like a
sparkling
limeade.
limeade.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like lemonade,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
just classic.
Or sun tea. Remember when mom used to make sun tea all the time?
I
Oh,
made sun tea the other day.
you
Peach
did?
tea. I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna try this.
You know what else we forgot to talk about from our like childhood summers was the ditch pool.
Oh my
The ditch
gosh.
pool.
Oh,
Yes, that was essentially like what you have now, Abby, but not bougie.
no.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
no,
was
it
the
was like the kind of
best.
place where there'd be like globs of hair and gross band-aids in the shower.
The
Gross.
showers were gross. I can like still smell them.
Yeah, they're pretty gross.
Oh, but I loved it because, well, pretty much the rule was we can go to the ditch pool if you have quiet time or you
Uh-huh.
take a nap or whatever.
Right. Which now
And
I
so
respect so much.
I know.
for
Like I
sure.
get it so much now. Mom is like, I need some time
Uh-huh.
away from you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Give me a minute.
and then we can go do something fun, but please leave me alone.
Do not find me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was so
that's
hard because I would
basically
just
what
be
I tell
like
my
in
children.
bed waiting.
Right.
Waiting. But I love the ditch pool because I felt like the people who lived like near Seacrest and in Cheshire were like so cool. I just thought
Yeah.
those people were so cool. And so the fact that we got to like go and hang out
Mhm.
was always
And just
so
the
fun.
smell around there, like the smell of the trees or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
There's some smell there.
But yeah, I remember the ditch pool, they had a diving board, which was always so fun. So then we would be like, okay, you now have to act blah blah blah, and then you would like jump off the ditch the diving board and like pose or
Mhm.
whatever. I don't know.
So fun.
So good.
So fun. That is a good memory. I just felt like, yeah, summers were always just so exciting. They felt so long and so great. But then
Agree.
also, I feel like mom also required us to like read
Oh,
during
yeah.
the summer too. Like we couldn't just like, even though I didn't,
I know.
it
I
was probably a
hated
fight.
it.
I definitely didn't.
No.
But that's got to be hard. Like you've got to keep it up. But yeah, it sucks when you have like a full-time job that doesn't recognize the summer and you just keep grinding through. Like
Mhm.
that's hard. I feel like everyone deserves a break. They just deserve a break. Or I don't know. I guess maybe I would be okay with like 4-day work weeks and then just like long weekends. Because
Mhm.
Kevin was like, he asked me the other day, he's like, would you choose 4-day work week all year round or normal work schedule with like 2 months off, essentially like a summer break? What would you choose?
Probably 4-day work weeks. Can you imagine having a 3-day weekend
All the
every
time.
weekend?
Yeah,
Wow.
because then I could sleep one day, be productive another day, and do something fun another day. Because I always feel like I never have enough time to do one of those three things.
Right.
It's also hard, like in the summer because that's when everyone is traveling or like more people
True.
are traveling, so the prices are higher. It's not always the best time to go to some places. I'm always jealous of people who go on vacation in like October. That must be really nice.
Yeah.
That's never going to be an option for me. We also didn't really talk about summer camp. I feel like we did some summer camps though. Like I did, I don't know, each of us kind of had different experiences. I did Young Life Camp in the
Oh.
summer.
I did soccer camps. Like
Mhm.
I went and traveled to like Indiana and did like a big wig soccer camp, which was fun.
When we like worked
Before.
at Lone Tree, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lone Tree was really the only one I could think of, which was
So
so
I did,
fun.
didn't we do a Girl Scout camp maybe?
Oh, I did a Girl Scout camp
Mm.
1 year, I think.
When cross
Mhm.
country camp. Duh.
Oh my gosh.
I loved cross country camp
Me
so much.
too. So fun.
So much fun. I'm pretty sure that one summer at Camp Colton, like our first one,
Mm.
was probably the best. It was the best.
I just like hated cross country so much because it felt so forced. Like mom and dad were like, this will be good for your discipline. And I was so ornery and defiant. I was like, I'm walking every practice because I hate this and I don't want to be here. But it really, it really did feel good to like beat certain people at meets or be able to run.
I
Oh,
feel
that
like you're
horrible. There was this like horrible loop over
Buffalo
by
Park?
where we no, that one was horrible too. No, where we would go throw frisbees,
Oh,
some park.
oh, uh
There
shoot,
was
it
that
had a
hill.
name.
Alley.
Yes,
Something
Crooks
Alley.
Alley.
Crooks Alley. That
horrible,
one was killer.
horrible.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like you are not, you're like the opposite of a quintessential cross country person.
yeah.
It's not
No,
for
I mean,
you.
I literally chose to be a goalkeeper so I didn't have to run. So why would you put me in cross country? Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good for my discipline. It was fine.
Did you do it all 4 years?
I don't know. I can't
I
remember.
feel like it was maybe 2,
Yeah.
maybe
I think it was
1.
maybe like the later. I don't know, but yeah, definitely not for me. Like, I still like hate running to this day. I do it because I can, and I enjoy running a race, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is just like not my cup of tea.
I do associate summer with like running. I feel like we
Mhm.
trained a lot during the summer. I mean, and when I say train, I mean like it didn't mean anything for me. You know, like it's not like I was with the elite group, but I was not physically a cross country person, but like personality wise,
Mhm.
it was the perfect group for me.
Mhm.
No, they were
Straight
definitely your
laced,
people.
nerdy,
Hardworking, work ethic.
Nice.
nice,
Yeah,
Mhm.
good people.
Yeah,
good people.
good people.
This kind of is sort of semi in the same vein, but this summer is the Summer Olympics.
Oh
That's fun.
yeah,
Oh, that is fun.
that's right.
So, okay, so when I subbed for the third graders, they read these like scholastic magazines and they got to choose. There were 3 that they could choose from. One about breakdancing, one about otters, and one about rhinos. And they all voted for breakdancing. And so what's interesting is that it's called breaking. They don't like they call it breakdancing, but breaking is going to be a new sport for the Olympics, which I think is kind of
Nice.
interesting. I don't really know, like there's like different
Weird.
terms and stuff. And so then I asked the class, like, what's your favorite event to watch? For me, I think it's gymnastics just because I think it's like so impressive what they do. What do you all like watching?
I love sand volleyball.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah, that too.
yes.
Yeah,
Those
that's true.
girls are and boy, I mean the guys too. They're just like
Mhm.
so quick, so athletic.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Man, I'm just
so
always
fun.
so impressed with how quick they are on their feet.
Mhm.
I really do like Summer Olympics a lot. Like gymnastics, swimming,
Mm,
uh,
Track.
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 This year, we have a family member playing in the Olympics, which is
That's
the
true.
coolest thing ever. Our cousin Quinn is a polo player and he is
He's
playing for
going
the
to France.
United States of America's polo
What?
team.
How did I not know that? Whoa.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
He's going to
coolest
play in
thing?
France now,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Aren't they?
Jeez.
I don't know when it is, but yeah, they're playing against France. But I think that's so cool.
Dang.
So cool.
So cool. So
Oh,
go Quinn.
go
Woo.
Quinn.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. I think they start on the 24th of June. Yeah, I think I enjoy when I think of like the seasons, I enjoy summertime in Colorado or Flagstaff. I do not like summertime in the Midwest or Texas or Florida or the East Coast. I prefer the fall. So summer's not usually my favorite like
And
season.
it does get pretty hot here.
It
Like
does, yeah.
prime summer, you're like, this is not fun. But it only lasts for maybe a month.
Okay.
Maybe a month's
Yeah.
gonna have like where it's super hot, like hundreds, hot, like 105s. So it
Well,
does
you'll
get up
find
there.
me in the AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and heat are not friends, so unless I have a pool, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Or sprinklers.
Well, and maybe in summertime we'll get to do daytime podcasting
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
rather than
Ooh, I
late
wonder
night.
what we'll be like when we're like fresh and new,
Oh,
And non
not
pajamas.
yawning and tired and
well,
weary from the day.
I know I just
So.
scheduled my next therapy appointment for in the morning.
Ooh.
And she was like, feel free to bring coffee with you. And I was like, wow, I don't even know what kind of version you're going to get of me. It's going to be fun. Like, normally I'm coming like right after work.
Be
Yeah.
really good.
The summertime versions of us be.
Ooh.
Right?
Well,
It'll
nothing
be a
much
summertime
changes in my
series.
world. My world stays the same, but maybe it's more of a mindset shift.
Yeah. Summertime series. A Word with the Girls. Maybe it'll be season 3. I don't know. I don't know when season
Oh.
3 happens. Maybe
I
June
don't know.
1st.
How many episodes were in season 1?
15?
6:15. And so we're at 30. This is
Yeah.
episode
Oh.
30.
Wow.
Look at
So,
us.
yeah. We can do whatever we want.
I would actually be intrigued to do morning.
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
so too.
Oh, and then we can all have like coffee
Yeah.
and drink coffee together.
That would be cute.
Summertime coffee with the girls.
And I light on the wings of a bird.
You are my passion for life.
That's creepy
Oh.
that I know the whole thing.
That's impressive.
So
You know
weird.
that, and I know it's a lip, it's a lip, it's a lip, 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 it's a lip, it's a lip, it's a lip. I love my lips. Oh man. The part where he goes, when I turned 8, I got my lips sucked in a gate, and they all laughed. And I just stood there until the fire department came and broke the lock off, and then I ended up in the hospital. And we couldn't talk for like 6 weeks. And then when he started talking, he only spoke Polish, and I only knew one word in Polish. That was it. Oofta. Yeah.
That song is like, if
So
you needed
funny.
a definition of Emily's humor,
Yes,
it's that song.
Yes.
100%. I'm like, I think it's so funny. It's so funny. If you need a mood booster, go watch I Love My Lips Veggie Tales. It's so funny.
Okay.
Anyways, well, thanks for joining us for A Word with the Girls, a podcast where one word sparks conversation. We really believe in the power of stories and connections. So take our word, summertime, to those you love, and we hope you have a lovely summertime. Let us know what you enjoy doing or your favorite memories on Instagram or YouTube, and join us for season 3, summertime, with A Word with the Girls, where we'll hopefully be maybe enjoying a cup of coffee, morning chats with the girls. We'll see. So until then, we'll talk to you then. Love you.
Love you more. Bye.
Bye. Molly's choosing 47.
We've already done that one.
Oh, we have done that one.
It's multiple sclerosis.
It's her face fuzzy.
Don't put that on the podcast. Why this baby?
Have you heard that one?
Which one?
When you eat something spicy and you're like,
Why is it spicy?
you're like, they're
No, that's how the kids and I talk to each other.
oh, really?
Say-
Didn't Millie do that to me once?
I say,
I love you more. Bye.
they say it back. It's just me and a bunch of weirdos.
Join us for A Word with the Girls. New episodes drop every week.